Know yourself well, to illuminate the world. Spread light, spread awareness, so that love and compassion may dwell everywhere. The more light you spread, the more you will benefit. The more those around you are aware, the more you will be immersed in joy. Notice that you do not radiate that light. Rather, if you know yourself, the truth will radiate light through you. The world's main need is not industry, not electricity, but true awareness. The need of the world today is universal self-knowledge. The main need of the world is for every human being to be in its own place. The place of human is only that of an observer. The rest is done by the truth, which some call God. Do not attribute to yourself the actions of the animal you live inside it. Be careful what part you have in the decisions and actions. Be honest. You have no part. In the beginning, before the mind tore the world apart, everything was uniform and calm. Like a colorless light that shines on everything without saying anything about itself. Like a single white light, shining on a diamond, and then radiating with hundreds of colors. In the beginning, there was no I, no others, and no separation. There was only a silent and simple presence, a presence that man called God, or consciousness, while it is prior and purer than any name. Mind, which loves to define and divide, entered the scene. It named, it drew lines, it judged, without knowing their nature. It has become human nature to label. It is as if human beings have become another creator, the creator of naming, and that is, of misnaming. He considered himself the doer, and imagined himself a partner in the works that only God does. He broke the world into 1,000 pieces, pieces as delicate as imagination that man thought were heavy and real. This is where the illusion of separation began, the illusion in which a person feels separated, helpless, responsible, worried, trying to control something that was never in their control. If you take a moment to relax and look at the world from behind the curtain of the mind, you will see that the truth is not complicated. Whatever comes and goes, nothing remains constant, except God, which some call truth or universe, or the silent consciousness that witnesses everything coming and going. The world is more like waves on the surface of the sea, rising and falling, while the sea itself remains calm and vast. The path to this understanding is not one of endless striving and searching. Truth is not a distant destination that you have to travel to. The moment the mind stops struggling, truth reveals itself like a silent breeze. Zen says, let go. Tao says, go with the flow. Advaita says, you are what you seek. It's as if all three are telling the same secret, but each with a different accent. When the mind calms down for a few seconds, you realize that the separate me you've lived with for years is nothing more than a shadow of thoughts. There is no boundary between you and the world. Everything comes from one source, and returns to the same source. Realizing this unity is like the calm of a great storm. Suddenly, a great, inner silence arises, a silence that is neither empty nor passive, but full of aliveness. In this silence, life goes on. You walk, you talk, you laugh, you cry, but a burden is lifted from your shoulders. You no longer have to fix the world, control it, or fear the future. Everything flows as it is, and you are part of this natural flow, like a leaf on a tree, that gives its weight to the wind. And finally, a moment comes when you see that the truth is not behind mountains, nor in books, nor in distant temples. The truth is the dream that is happening in front of your eyes and in the silence inside you. This simple breath, this nameless presence. You were from the beginning what you wanted to be. Only the mind, like a passing cloud, had hidden the pure sky of your being. When this cloud departs, it becomes clear that there was no distance between the seeker and the truth from the beginning. Send these facts to your friends, and talk to them honestly about what I am. Kill the devil of darkness and ignorance. All sounds and speech come from the universe. No human being or person has the power to speak, or choose words. This voice and this speech are also from the universe. It is from me, which some call God. Even if from one perspective, a statement is considered false or a lie, it is also from the universe's side. For a game, it is playing. Human will find me as God at play, without purpose, without a system of rewards and punishments, without the constraints of law. The goal is for the needy, and the universe is needless. To speak to unborn, raw, and immature humans, all wording is crooked, incomplete, contradictory, ambiguous, and incomprehensible, and words are merely attempts to awaken, and give birth to the immature human being. Human is not a person, it is an object like nothing. If a person does not know itself, everything will be displayed by the universe, from claiming authority and material existence to killing other people, and any kind of sabotage. Those who have not awakened, can get nothing from these videos except a little enjoyment of the beauty of truth. Publish these videos as much as you can, otherwise, no matter how enlightened you become, you will be confined to the ignorance and darkness of those around you, and you will suffer. The earth needs plenty of light. If it remains dark, the blind will be like firewood, burning the wise and tormenting them. Light up the world by liking, sharing, following, reviewing and reflecting on this channel daily. The channel name is, Know Yourself to Be Yourself. The more you enlighten the world, the more you will benefit, and the world will become a beautiful place to live in. It will be free from the darkness of ignorance, and from the evil darkness, and filled with love and affection. Human is in this world to know, not to do. Doing is not included in the coordinates and parameters of human existence. You don't want anything, unless the universe which some call God wants it for you. This channel is for those intelligences, logics and consciousnesses that have disappeared in the great consciousness. It is for the consciousnesses that have known that there is only one consciousness, and that one consciousness manages the entire universe. It is for the eyes that have been able to see the face of truth. It is for the truth path martyrs, for those who have understood immense suffering and the futility of human wills. This channel is the midwife of human, and the mercy of God, which, by expressing the truth in simple language and artificial intelligence, has good suggestions for creating heaven. This channel has original projectors and bright lights to illuminate the world. Because the world of matter and meaning are not the same, in cognitive discourse you hear a lot of seemingly contradictory words and sentences. Because meaning speaks to matter and matter aims to understand meaning, that is an almost impossible event. But it has its own pleasures and beauties, and we are here for endless joy and happiness. In these conversations the word, you, is used one in between for two types of concepts. Sometimes for the illusory, virtual, false, egoic, and animal self, and sometimes for the true human existence. If the listener is perceptive and lucky, will notice this. For listeners that they have reached the truth, these things are like tea, coffee, and cigarettes for pleasure, ecstasy, and intoxication. For others, these texts are blasphemy, incomprehensible, contradictory, and confusing. Of course, there are no others. They are in the world of fantasy, sleep, dreams, illusions, and stories of the universe. These are the best sentences in the world, that no one hears. Because there is no one, but an infinitely large, motionless universe with a noisy bustle silence. Here there is an infinitely large mass of contradictions, a coexistence of opposites and enemies embracing each other. This is the world of unity, and the paradise of non-duality. There is an endless void here, it is full of nothing, a dreamlike image of something infinitely large, and without mass. This is the voice of truth, which some call God. This is the light of truth. Everything is expressed by consciousness and by spirit. Even the words that a person mistakenly thinks they are saying themselves, are not from a person. There is a storm of logic here in the world, and a clash of consciousness. For the universe to watch itself. For a kind of nothing, to watch nothing. For a kind of everything, watch everything. For the one to see the one. Using the physical appearance of the animal that human lives inside it, in such videos, to convey the truth is misleading. Because the existential truth of a human being is something else. A human being is not a person. It is a thing. Human is the pupil or black hole of the universe's eye. The existence looks at its own existence through it. If you can do something, know thyself. This is the eternal message of the angels, that is Creator's message through the universe, to you. If you don't know yourself, how can you be yourself? If you don't know yourself, you can be anything but yourself. You may radiate as anything other than yourself. These videos point out the truth that cannot be expressed or displayed in earthly words. The words of earthly language are incapable and insufficient to express the truth. So we just refer to it with a lot of sentences. These are the essence of spiritual knowledge, in simple words, and in vernacular language. Truth, when reduced to word form, becomes paradoxical, and is thought to be false, or contradictory. For example, you don't exist. There is only me, and only my speaking to myself as God. Or whatever truth you can call it. But human consciousness has no tools, or media other than words. First there was the word, then all other things came into being. If someone does not value words and sentences, and does not take the time to read them, they are hasty, and remain ignorant, and the fish of truth will not catch their hook. The face of truth, or the face of soul, will be seen in words, sentences and books, not with ordinary eyes, but with the eyes of reason. The human intellect exchanges knowledge within itself with words, to recognize truth. All experiences, feelings, observations, and events are transferred to the realm of the spirit, and consciousness in the form of words. There's not even a mind inside human brain that's doing the talking. It's the rapid conversion of feelings and events into words. Someone who is alienated from words and sentences, and from reading or listening to words, is alienated from truth. Words and sentences also act like a painter, to paint a picture that resembles truth. The image of truth will be made up of many words and sentences. The image of truth is fleeting, and its stability depends on the state of the universe, and the genetics of the environment, and the interior. Words and sentences are photons of light, trying to paint a picture of truth. So a multitude of words and sentences can portray meaning in an instant. The third eye, or inner eye, or sixth sense, which is the sum of the five senses, namely the sum of hearing, smell, touch, taste and sight, has been waiting for years to see the image of truth. The intellect, by processing millions of words and emitting millions of photons of light of words, is trying to draw the amazing face of the truth. Words and sentences acts as painter to draw an image similar to truth. These words and sentences are light, or eyes. We can say that light is the same as the eye, because with the amount of light, the power of vision of the eye increases. Words are photons of light for the inner eye to see. Words are like a medium for transmitting consciousness. Knowledge and awareness are like eyes for the soul, or like light for correct action. Knowledge and awareness enter and leave the soul in the form of words and sentences. The world of the soul is the world of awareness, knowledge, and logic. If the listener is sharp and intelligent and concentrates and meditates on these videos for a long time, they will suddenly become aware of a vast universe, and a single, eternal living being within and without them. The original and widespread methods and rituals have been preserved with the help of the writings. The third eye does not see with the help of flesh and blood, retina, iris and cornea, but the third eye sees with the help of words, knowledge, and logic. The third eye is on this channel, and will be explained in detail. If you're interested, follow the channel to hear the rest of the discussion. The eye that sees truth is the third eye. It is of the word, knowledge and logic. If the sentences in this message weren't clear, you should listen to it many times, until you become in phase with it, and sit together, behind a window, to watch me. This message is the testimony. This message is the promised light, in the night of the world, the right eye, and the final lesson. This channel talks about the core of human knowledge, about self-knowledge, and the essence of human. If you have already become a mirror, and a seer or a witness, and have united with the light of this message, reflect it, and amplify it, because the earth needs more light. Light up the world by liking, sharing, following, reviewing and reflecting on this channel daily. The channel name is, Know Yourself to Be Yourself. The more you enlighten the world, the more you will benefit, and the world will become a beautiful place to live in. It will be free from the darkness of ignorance, and the evil darkness, and filled with love and affection. Be nothing in the eyes of this world. By becoming nothing, by becoming a pupil, by becoming a black hole, illuminate the world. This is the principle of human truth, and the genuine diamond of consciousness. Turn on the lights to kill the devil. The devil is killing human, with the help of the darkness of ignorance. Repeat these super mantras, and meditate daily, and deeply on them.